Hello guys, NautoAisDx here. And this is gonna be a response to Vespa Arcade and also James Chen and David Ram, the host of the Ultra Chen TV. Okay, so basically what I'm talking about here is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the PR nightmare situation. And if you don't know what it is that Combofiend and some guy named Ryan, I think he's the director for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, basically were asked some tough questions. So before I start, again, a lot of this disclaimer. One, I always have to say this just to be clear. One, I'm not an FGC. I do like fighting game, not really interested with the community. Second, never had a problem with Combofiend, Peter Rosas. I think, in my opinion, as what he's doing for Capcom, as a, let's just say, FGC community manager, I think he's doing a great job. You have to also understand that he is also working in a corporate company, so you might be surprised that he has to say things to please the upper management. So you gotta have to put that in note there. So what am I talking? Why am I talking like this? And that is that the Gamespot basically asking about X-Men characters. So if you kind of get it by now, Disney bought Marvel, and the thing that Marvel's trying to push, if you notice, I've been talking about it, even MmGS X1 been talking about it, is that Marvel themselves, even though they own X-Men and the Fantastic Four, they're trying to put them in the blanket, or they're putting them in the vault, basically not to recognize them. And the most common reason is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So the Marvel movie, you see, is popular, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Benedict Cumberbatch, that guy Chris Hemsworth, so you get the idea. That's what it's called, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just everything on Marvel. Yeah, they also get Spider-Man, but that's a partnership with Sony Entertainment Pictures. Not to be confused with Sony Computer Entertainment, but different story. So they're trying to get rid of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four to some extent because they're owned by Fox. You see, what's that have to do with the comic and with Marvel in general? Well, a lot of this thing is because the most thing that makes them money is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sadly. A lot of the general consumer, the general audience, let's just say that, are not really to Marvel, and what they know about Marvel is just Marvel Cinematic Universe. So with that said, they did ask anything about X-Men, what's going on, where we're going to be able to see Magneto, Wolverine, etc., etc. And then Combofiend basically said, oh well, we don't really see them as character value. It's more like they're just function, and that certain character will probably going to remind you to play the other character, etc., etc., etc. So, my personal opinion about it, I'm like saying, oh boy, man. I'm sorry to say, 90% of the Combofiend, but you sounded like a douche for saying that. No offense, I don't have a problem with the guy. I understand what he's talking about, and I'll explain that later. So, to some extent, I kind of see where it's coming from. If you're a competitor player in FGC, they're probably going to have that mentality that you choose character that fits your style, your tactic. It doesn't matter who your character is. You don't play it, oh, it's my favorite character. You play it because it plays fun, it works your style, and you win money, fight money. Makes sense. However, if you're also going to target this to the casual audience who are a fan of either Capcom or Marvel, saying that they're just function and they don't have any character value, you kind of give them a middle finger. So somebody who loves Wolverine, somebody who likes the Sentinel, Magneto, heck, Mr. Fantastic, they might say, well, I'm not gonna buy Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This is horse poopy duck. There's no Wolverine. I always remember the Marvel fighting game, there's always Wolverine, and no Wolverine here? Oh, forget it, And then they might say, Combofiend might say, well, we got the Black Panther, it's the same thing, but the guy wanted Wolverine, doesn't want Black Panther. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to explain it also. Like I said, I kind of get the functionality part there. But, I agree what James and David basically said. I understand what Combofiend's coming from, why he had to say it. It was just poorly done. It's a PR nightmare. So, of course, the result was the casual fan, and someone or this FGC fan also who loves Marvel, basically said sort of a middle finger, because you're saying, so oh well, who cares about the Wolverine fans or the Magneto fans? So I kind of get that. I mean, adding also insult to injury is that Ryan, the director, I think that's his name, I could be wrong, said, well, you know what, in 2017 modern age, not a lot of Marvel fan or casual Marvel fan, they might not even remember the X-Men. Oh, shoot, dude. Wow. Just saying that, that's like a double finger to the X-Men fan themselves. Do you think they're gonna buy the game now because you said that? Oh, they're not even gonna remember. I mean, he wasn't insulting them, but you're also basically saying, X-Men fan, whatever. You're not gonna remember this. Go to the corner or something. That's basically what the meaning behind it. Yeah, not a good idea, but again, yeah. So now you might say, my personal opinion is kind of messed up, but I'm also open to understand where they're coming from. The reason why they have to do it. They probably had talks with Capcom. Capcom had a talk with Marvel. It's a business. Maybe Combofiend believe in the product itself, but there's also some legal issues. And like I said before about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel to some extent can't use X-Men and Fantastic Four characters to the extent. The movies cannot do because Fox, they own those X-Men and Fantastic Four. Comic-wise, maybe. But you're trying to make money, and people might get confused. Like, how come the X was only in the comic, but we don't see them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, because again, they couldn't do it. If you want to know about the story with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you might just want to Google that one. It's a long history. They're being talked. Even Vesper Arcade basically talked about it. So, like I said, Combofiend and Ryan probably had a talk with the Capcom upper management, the higher up. And they said, hey guys, you need a strategy. So when he asked about X-Men characters, Fantastic Four, something like that, try not to say something that we won't look like an idiot, but at the same time to try to justify our decision. Again, it's called PR talk. There's a reason why public relationship exists. Their job is to be professional, but at the same time don't look like an idiot. It is what it is. There are things you can say, there are things you can't say. That's what PR is for. If you say, well, Capcom maybe Marvel should tell the truth. Okay, so maybe they said Combofiend can say, yeah, we heard you want an X-Men character, but unfortunately that Marvel has some sort of restriction business with Disney, and we can only use Marvel characters, Avengers, I mean. Then what's the reaction? Someone's not gonna be happy. The bottom line in the business, one-on-one, you can't please everyone. That's a common thing. You cannot please everyone. And basically, Harada said it. I can agree in his Twitter. The most common thing, that Harada basically said. To some extent, whatever you say to the public, whether you're being truthful, try to basically just trying to look good for the company, trying to protect the company, whatever you say, there will always be a backlash no matter what. There's going to be ramification. What you say, there's going to be an effect no matter what. So, yeah, they said about functionality. Some of the fans were pissed. Okay, well, if Combofiend or Ryan still told the truth, oh yeah, we couldn't do it because we're promoting the Avenger Infinity War. We can only use Marvel Cinematic Universe. We couldn't do anything about it. What's going to happen? What's the reaction? Maybe it's truthful. Maybe they don't like the answer, but you understand? They're going to probably say, well, kind of stupid. Why don't you kiss and make up with Fox? Do something about it. This is horse poopy doo-doo chicken. You get an idea what I'm saying? Yeah, so whatever to say. So I guess that Capcom, to some extent, trying to please Marvel because they're working with Marvel. I think to some extent they're just trying to find a way to please them and not look like, well, quote-unquote, excuse the language, an ass. So was it the right thing to say what Combofiend said, and even my thing, oh, people are not going to remember X-Men? Probably not, but I think to some extent they weren't really ready for it. Like, they're trying to find a way, like, how do we say this right without making the company look like an ass, excuse the language? Because again, no matter what your reason is, you're going to look like an ass. It is what it is. It sucks. You're going to look like a freaking ass. Even Riley said it. You say something your reason is, Look what happened. Look what happened with the Roger Jr. controversy. I was disappointed about it. Yeah, he basically he gave some sort of reason. People didn't like it. There you go. And again, yeah, I mean, for the Combofiend, I have no problem with it. The guy, I think what he does, as for Capcom, he does a good job. That's why to some extent, I do feel for Combofiend and to some extent Ryan, like, they were probably weren't prepared. They were like, okay, we're prepared for this, but not so much prepared. They can't throw Marvel under the bus and go, well, it's Marvel's fault, because then Marvel's not going to be happy. They're going to be pissed off. So it is sucked. And this is something like a business. I mean, guys, you know, business 101, you can't please everyone. Business 101 means business has to survive, so they have reason and a perspective business. It sucks, something doesn't make the fans happy. I get it, remember Nintendo's the same thing. But it's something, they felt like a strategic business, they're going to do it. So probably like I said, Combofiend probably wasn't prepared. They said, okay, alright, okay, how do we say X-Men without pissing Marvel off? Oh no, let's just say their function. I mean, would it be a better way? For me personally, I really can't, because I'm not into a Marvel fan and I love the situation with Marvel. I really don't know. So for me, I really don't know what to say. Maybe they said, well, as of right now, we're focusing on the story of, let's just say, the Avengers. Maybe, and they can make it open-ended. That's always another trick. Make it open-ended. Maybe there'll be an expansion to this, again, quote-unquote deals. Again, you didn't say that you will do it, but you're not going to say you're not going to do it, but leave it open-ended. Say, well, maybe in the future we can consider putting in X-Men, even so you're probably not going to do it because, you know, X-Men owns by Fox. But some leave open-ended. Sometimes the key thing you have to say is try to leave situation open-ended. That you didn't say that you did it, but he didn't say that he won't do it. You know, like, leave it open-ended. The problem when you say it's functionality, that's not doing it so much open-ended. That's actually a closed case, because you basically just told them, well, you know, don't think about the characters as characters. They're just those are just functions. So I mean, we're gonna have somebody who's basically Wolverine, which is kind of true. So with that, I'm gonna transition about the part about function. I know where it's coming from with the function, because it's also happened in Marvel vs. Capcom, so believe it or not. In the past, I was part of this, you know, so I'm gonna go a little bit political, do apologize. And one of the complaints is the lack of quote-unquote black characters. Yeah, there is black characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Storm, that's all I can think of. Part 2, you got Storm and War Machine. But with that said, there wasn't, like I said, they talked about it before in a panel with Ultimate Marvel Capcom 3 in San Diego Comic Con, they have Nitsuma. How come the lack of black actors and Nitsuma didn't want to talk about it? Okay, so same deal. Circular actually said something interesting. You gotta give it props, leave it open-ended. But there was actually a much easier thing that the reason some of the characters had, like the lack of black actors, and basically discussed with the functionality. One of the guys who works for Marvel characters basically said, well, the problem is that we put some of the black characters, Marvel black heroes, excuse me, this is going to be redundant with the characters where they already put it in. I might not like the answer, but I gotta get it. Say, well, why not put Blade? Well, you have Deadpool, they're both swordsmen, so we only need one. We got already Deadpool, why put in, Blade. I don't know why I went blank there for a moment. Apologies, Blade. Oh, I want Luke Cage in the game. Well, it's a big guy with a tan skin. Well, you got the Hulk. Or maybe he could be the next Colossus, but again, you got the Hulk. So why put in Luke Cage? Oh, you got War Machine. You got Iron Man. Yeah, you got Iron Man there. So again, they're mostly at the same. I mean, the reason Marvel vs. Capcom 3 they put in War Machine rather than Iron Man is that they wanted a quote-unquote new character, make it easy, have Iron Man's architect, modify him a bit. There you go. I mean, he even made it a bit different in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is basically he's armored War Machine, but it's not armored, but he shoots missile. Yeah. So, oh, and the big one here is why not put in Black Panther, which Black Panther is going to be in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as a DLC, so there you go. But the point is, why not Black Panther? Oh, because you already got Wolverine. See, you cannot see the functionality. That's what Combofiend was coming from. You know, saying that's why I can't understand where it's coming from. But at the same time, as a casual gamer or as a general audience, you really can't say that because you're giving the fans who basically play the game for the characters, not for the functionality or the mechanics. You're giving them a middle finger, and that's not a good thing. That's horrible. That's so horrible. That's mean. So, but I do get it. So, yeah. That's my thoughts about when they say the functionality. Like I said, I don't agree with both Combofiend and Ryan basically said. But as they're working for a company and business, I understand where they're coming from. They probably had to say something, and at the time on that spot, they probably would say, "Well, that makes more sense. This is what we're gonna go with." You know, it's a business. Remember, companies are business. They're there to make money. They're not there for charity. I don't know what to say about that. It sucks, but it is what it is. So that's my thoughts about it. With that, thanks for listening.